Hi, everyone. So welcome to joining Melissa and myself for a glimpse into what exactly Beachbody coaching is. We are thrilled that you are here and that you took time out of your evening tonight because we know your time is precious, and hopefully you can walk away from this event tonight and just have a little bit more understanding on what we do as coaches and to see if any aspect of this business can work into your lifestyle, whatever that may be. So to start things off, I just wanted to share a little bit about me in case you don't know who I am and you were invited by someone else within our team. But I am just a wife and a mom. I live in a southeast suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, and I've lived in Ohio my entire life. Went to school here, grew up here, and now reside in a suburb of Cleveland with my husband and two little girls. So I basically, I could take this back far back, but I'm going to try to keep this as quick as possible. But my Beachbody journey began in the summer of 2012 when I was engaged to my now husband. And see, we have someone on. Hold on. Meet real quick. I think we're good. Okay, sorry about that. We were basically in the summer of our engagement, and we were just looking to save some money. So I ended up foregoing my gym membership at the time because I just wasn't really satisfied with it. And I came across that. Oops, hold on. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good. Sorry about that. I just basically wanted to look for a better solution for my fitness because honestly, I wasn't happy with where I was going at the gym and we needed to save some money. So I came across the ad for Focus T25, which if you guys don't know, it's a program by Shaun T. So if you've heard of Insanity or Size, he is also the creator of T25. And I was intrigued by the program being only 25 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and said you could get these exceptional results. So I ended up giving it a try and just purchased it through the Beachbody website. And I committed to that program by myself without any help or accountability for the full 3 months. And I achieved the greatest results I had ever achieved, far greater than any fitness class, personal trainer, or gym I ever was a part of since high school. And I was sold. So I officially signed on as a coach, but strictly for the discount, not even to work the business, how I do it now, strictly for the discount in the summer of 2013. So a full year later. So I took that year and just dove into all the programs because after I finished one, I wanted to jump into the next one. And I wanted to keep seeing what I could do for my results and my goals. Through that process as well, I ended up trying Shakeology, which is our daily dose of dense nutrition as coaches. And I wasn't looking for a protein supplement or something to necessarily replace a meal because I enjoy food, but just something to see if it could be that edge that I need to get off that final plateau I was on. So I decided to sign up for a coach then in the summer of 2013, strictly just for the discount because I wanted my Shakeology at lowest cost and I wanted my programs at lowest cost. And at that time, I was just doing DVD programs. They didn't have what we now have, which is Beachbody On Demand, if you're not aware. And that is basically a full digital service that can be accessed through your phones, your tablets, your computers, and even some smart TVs. Basically the entire library that Beachbody has ever produced, all through Wi-Fi, through digital media. And you can take your workouts now anywhere you want to go, no matter what season of life you're in. So I officially began coaching though. So I basically have like 3 steps in my story, but I officially began coaching when I was on maternity leave with my first daughter after having her. And it was something where I vividly remember sitting on the couch in a quiet house. I was nursing her at the time. And I started to just self-reflect and realize, am I doing what I really want to be doing for the rest of my life? Do I feel fulfilled by it? I wasn't completely fulfilled by the work I was doing. I love the people I work with, but that was it. And for me, that wasn't enough to keep me in what I was doing. And my heart has always been with fitness. I've always had a deep down passion for it. I just went to school for graphic design because I thought that's what the next step was. I was always good in art, and I thought that's what I had to go to school for because that's what everyone was telling me. My teachers were telling me, my parents were telling me. And that's what, society tells you. You go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you pay bills, all that stuff. So, but I wasn't happy. And now having this little daughter, I'm like, I didn't want to miss out on those first moments. And there was a part of me that always wanted to experience the stay-at-home mom life because that's what I had when I was little. I had my mom home with me. She was always there, waiting for me when I got off the bus. She was always there at all of my events. And I worked in a job that was very demanding at certain times of the year. And I was fearful that I was going to miss out on so much when I had the opportunity in front of me that I could actually control what my future would be. So while I was a new mom, not knowing anything, and also maternity leave, then going back to work full time, and my days would typically be 10 to 12 hour work days during the week, sometimes more. I decided to give coaching a try. And in the beginning, I just did it because I was looking for a bigger source of accountability for myself on my own postpartum journey. I was home here. I dove into a program called PIO, which is like a fusion of yoga, Pilates, and low intense training just to ease my body back into fitness again. And I gave that a try. And all I did was simply hop on Facebook at the time and just put a message out there to people saying, hey, I'm going on this journey now, and I would love for you to join me if you're interested. We can keep each other accountable in a private group and motivate each other, cheer each other along, and just go through the daily struggles together and just accomplish these goals. And by doing that, I naturally started running challenge groups. And you know what? I didn't know what a challenge group was. I never had official training when I first started this business. I never had basically a mentor above me to kind of guide me through the things. I learned this business myself. And I was falling in love with running these challenge groups, with connecting with these women that were just like me, going through the same struggles as me. And we were cheering each other along. And it was such a positive part of my day because I was going to a job where it was full of corporate BS and negative moments and people talking behind each other's backs. And yes, I probably fell into that as well, but it didn't satisfy me. And there was so much more negative than there was positive. And the only positive in my life was my family and coming home and doing this. And I wanted to do it in those free pockets of my day. I craved it. Sometimes my husband had to pull me away from it in the beginning because I was so passionate about it. But I felt like I was doing something good. And I felt like I was doing something meaningful and truly using my spirit and attitude that was positive, that I was always being told was positive in the workplace. It was being used towards the right use and something that I always wanted to do. I just never had the time or the money to feel like I had to go back to college and get into fitness or be certified. I did teach classes for a while, fitness classes, but that really wasn't my jam. So I didn't stick with it. But coaching truly just fit naturally into it because I was already working out. I was already drinking Shakeology. I was diving into the other aspects of what coaching is that Melissa will share with you here in a little bit. But it was just the natural next step for me. And soon came to find out that, hey, I'm actually making a little bit of an income on the side too. But I never intended to. That wasn't the reason I signed up to coach. Truly, if you are considering coaching and you're on here tonight, it's because you just have a heart to serve. You have a heart to help others without expecting anything in return. And truly, as a coach, you always stay within that challenger mindset because as coaches, we basically run monthly accountability groups and we help others reach their goals, whether it's health, fitness, nutrition, and then there's even the business side of things as well. If people want to build their own business and control their income and their future and their goals and be able to save money for vacations or kids' educations, whatever it may be, we have a solution for something. And there is no big commitment to it. You're never held to anything. There is no long-term contract because we understand sometimes people get involved in this and they realize, it's not really my jam and they want to leave it. And that's okay. I only hope for you that if you decide to take on coaching, that maybe another passion comes about. All I want you to do is be doing something that you're truly passionate about every day because life is way too short. And you truly should be doing something every single day, whether it's, a good and bad day, because I feel like whatever you do, whether it's coaching or your job that you're in now, you have good and bad days, whatever you do. And that's just life. We're human. But you got to be passionate about it. You got to want to do it. You got to have a big purpose and why on why you decided to do it. And my why and drive is what pushes me to do this every single day. It's because I was that girl that was in high school that fell into the traps of society and trying to reach that sense of perfection. I did the diet pills. I did the extreme fitness. I wasn't educated in nutrition. I starved myself. I wasn't in the right mindset. And then through my postpartum journey, I fell into postpartum anxiety and depression. So I've been through many adversities in life. But because of what I've been through, I want to be that positive inspiration. Sorry, I want to see who's on mute here. Mute. Okay, sorry about that. I want to be the positive inspiration for my girls. And now that I have 2 girls, I don't want them to fall in those pitfalls. I do it because I want them to know what healthy and happy is. You know, they don't have to go with what society tells them. They can be themselves. Being different and unique is okay. And to truly use their voice, their advantage, because there's only one of us. There's only one you. And you have the platform as a coach to share who you truly are. So that is what I fell in love about this opportunity. And also with me as well, it was kind of like the life I grew up in, because my mom is also part of another MLM. So I grew up in the lifestyle of her doing a similar thing to what coaching is. And so I was always asked in the beginning was Beachbody, is coaching a pyramid scheme? Is it one of those regular MLMs again? Oh, it's network marketing. And I'm sure you've heard it too, if you've been telling those that you love around you that you're considering this. But truly, I think Beachbody is so different in so many ways. And we are by far not a pyramid scheme, because if we were a pyramid scheme, we would be shut down already. And a pyramid scheme is basically when there is a transaction, but there is no transaction of goods and services. You basically are just taking on distributors and building a team underneath you, and no one can ever surpass you. You are always at the top. But with Beachbody, we work as a team, and our team is called Fearlessly Made. So fearlessly making a difference every day. And we are a bunch of men and women that truly just have a desire to help anyone, wherever they're at in their journeys. And we do it unapologetically. We are ourselves. We don't try to be copycats. We truly found what this business does for us, and we share that because we know that if there's something that has made an impact on our life, it could make an impact on someone else's life, and our voice could be that difference in one person's life every single day. So we truly just help everyone. The way the business structure is, we're not going to get into that tonight, but the way the business structure is, it's everyone helps everyone. I'm not out just to help myself. We help each other as a team, because as one person grows, we actually grow as a team. So person that I, would coach underneath me, they absolutely could surpass me in income and rank and level, whatever it may be. So it truly is up to that person that decides to coach what their goals are and what they truly want to do with this business, because there is no right and wrong with this business. It's truly just what you want to make of your future. And with that, it all basically started back in, the late 90s when 2 men from California just started this infomercial company, and they wanted to create these home fitness and nutrition solutions for people that live busy lives, because they know not everyone can make it to the gym, nor do they have the courage to go to a gym. And you probably see many of the products on late night infomercials or on the radio or on TV, on the radio at all times of day, whether it's P90X or Insanity or 21 Day Fix or PIO, that's all Beachbody. But when it first started, it was just Beachbody. And they had these message boards on their website where people would connect to daily for support. That's it. And they come to find out that there are these people connecting with each other every single day and supporting one another that are complete strangers, but they're cheering each other on. They're motivating them. They're saying that they could do it. And the thought came about where, hey, I think we have an opportunity here. And that's where the network came about. And the network is called Team Beachbody. And Team Beachbody is what is the community of coaches. We are basically independent distributors. We run our own businesses as we wish. Yes, there are guidelines and a structure to it all. And basically we'll put you into training. There's training through Beachbody to help you lay the foundation, and you have the continued support of the team. But we basically do as we wish. And it's not about being like the person to the left or the right of you. It's running your own race, being you authentically, and just helping others. That's all it is. So if anything, if you're even considering coaching at any aspect, if anything, it is the greatest source of accountability. You know, whether you're interested in it just strictly for the discount, if you're maybe dabbling in it as a fun hobby to feel like a passion you have and you really love your full-time job, or if you're looking to truly do something that you are passionate about every day and not have to work for someone else. You want to own your own business. You have that entrepreneur mindset. You're self-driven, self-motivated. You love to keep learning. Whatever it is, all those options are possible. It's just a matter of what you want to take away from it. And with that, you know, I have to say, you know, Beachbody does not guarantee any source of income. Income, if you do make it, it's all based on how hard you work, what time you put into it, the consistency, the dedication, you know, just being you. So it's truly just starting with the relationship. You know, this is kind of a slow moving business. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you decide to do this, you know, the first year is a lot of learning, being a sponge, taking it all in, failing a little bit as you learn everything. But you have to understand that if you're consistent, if you're dedicated, if you stay connected to the team, all the trainings that we provide you, you can succeed, but it takes time. You absolutely can make it a legit business within the first 3 to 5 years if you truly dedicate yourself. And I'm proof of it. I'm seeing it happen before my eyes, which is crazy, because to think that this all began on just contemplating life on my couch while my daughter was born, thinking I just wanted to help people in challenge groups. And here I am now home full time with both of my girls and working this business in between what I like to call the mom cracks of the day, and just making it my own and having fun with it. And being able to go on vacations with my husband and not have to take PTO, you know, days with it and feel guilty about it. So truly it has been a blessing in my life. And that's why I share it with so many people that I think it could benefit them. So I'm going to toss it over to Melissa now, and she's kind of going to share with you what daily behaviors are as a coach and what we exactly do every day. So Melissa.
Hey, you guys, my name is Melissa, and I also am a stay-at-home mom. I live in a suburb of Cleveland called North Royalton, and I met Heather Ann through this coaching opportunity. I have 2 kids. My son is 3.5. My daughter is 1.5. So I have been a coach since 2014, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story. Again, trying to keep it brief. My story happens to be very similar to Heather Ann's story, which is kind of interesting that we met through this business and we have so much in common. But basically, I worked full-time for a dialysis company. My background is actually social work. That's what my degree is. And certainly I worked in that field for a long time. And then I got into management. So I was managing dialysis clinics, and I had my son. And I was on maternity leave also. And I actually got introduced to the Beachbody programs while I was pregnant with my son. I was a total gym person. Always went to the gym, never was interested in working out at home, never thought I could stick to a home workout program. I was a college athlete. I was a runner. I ran cross country, indoor and outdoor track. And after I got out of college, it was hard for me to maintain my weight. I had a big struggle with it because in college we were running like 10 miles a day. And then when I got out of college, obviously working out 3 hours a day wasn't possible, but I struggled with a lot of the same stuff that Heather Ann struggled with in terms of just exercise, exercising a lot and excessively, and I had low self-esteem. I thought I was fat and I wasn't. A lot of things that girls go through and, young women go through. And a lot of it was from society, and a lot of it was from being an athlete. And honestly, running in college, there was a lot of people on my team that were unhealthy. I was unhealthy. Everything was just a big competition, and it was tough because, again, like Heather Ann said, we didn't learn about nutrition. So that was something I always struggled with, was just trying to figure out that healthy balance. And so I always went to a gym, Probably spent more time there than, you need to. And so then when I was pregnant, I was introduced to the Beachbody programs. And I thought, I was so nervous about how I was going to get back in shape after I had my son, because I was going to be returning back to work full time. And full time for me was over 40 hours. So I knew I couldn't go to the gym after work. I was going to have to go pick him up, and I didn't want to be away from him any more time than I already was going to be. So I thought, let me give this a shot. And it was my only option to work out. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know how I was going to get to a gym. So I kind of knew that the gym was going to go bye-bye after I had my son. So I actually started with T25, which was a little bit tough after having a C-section. So I moved into PIO, like Heather Ann did, and also 21 Day Fix was my main program that I got hooked. And I got hooked because of the nutrition plan. It was the first time in my life that I really felt like I knew how to eat for my body type. And obviously I knew what was healthy and what wasn't, but you can also overeat on healthy food. So it really, really taught me how to eat appropriately and helped me to lose the weight after having my son, which I never thought was going to be possible. I had a huge weight gain with him as well as my daughter. I gained 55 pounds with each kid, and I was able to lose both, with both of them with these programs. And I also fell in love with Shakeology. I was exhausted, obviously as a new mom. And the energy I got from it, the amount of the change I had in the cravings for sweets, I didn't crave that stuff anymore. And so it was a game changer for me. And I really just wanted to tell other people about it. I signed up as a coach initially for the discount, no intentions at all of selling anything or actually coaching. I thought it was all about sales, and I did not want to sell. I had a full-time job. I didn't need an extra income. I didn't need another job at the time. I didn't want another job. And people were asking me what I was doing to lose the weight, and I was referring them to my coach at the time. And I also love health and fitness, was always, like I said, I was an athlete, always thought about making a career of it, but never knew really how to do that. And it didn't make sense because my degree was in something else. And I knew that I wasn't going to make the kind of money I was making. So it was more like a hobby for me. But as I was referring people to my coach, I thought, why am I not doing this? Just because I liked it. I started coaching coaching probably 5 or 6 months after I had my son, and really was just doing it for the fun of it and just as a hobby. I really wasn't planning on or thought I could quit my job and do it full time. But then as I went back to my job after I had my son, and I was miserable, which I was miserable before I had him at my job. Like I said, a lot of similarities to Heather Ann, where I loved the people I worked with, but the job wasn't fulfilling. It was a lot of stress. If you've ever worked in healthcare, you know what I'm talking about. Lots of budget cuts, and I was on call 24/7 and never could get away. Went on vacation and would get calls. I got calls the day I had my son. I got called on my wedding day. It was awful. And I didn't want to keep doing it after I had him, because I realized it was interfering with my life. It was taking time away from him. I would come home in the evening, and the little time that I had with him was interrupted. So as I went back to work, and I started realizing that I did not want to continue with this when I had another child, because I definitely, we knew we wanted to have another baby, and I was already having trouble keeping up with everything and still having time to enjoy life. So I saw other coaches on my team who were stay-at-home moms and doing this business. I learned more about the company and had seen that there were coaches, higher up in the company that were able to leave their jobs and really make a career out of this and make enough income that they could be home. So I started realizing the potential, and I dove in a lot more when I got pregnant with my daughter. My kids are 22 months apart. So I realized that I had to start doing a lot more with the business and actually setting business hours if I wanted to start generating more income. So I did put more time and effort into it when I was pregnant with her. And then when I had her, my husband and I decided that for me to go back to work, it would have been too crazy and chaotic with the type of job that I had, and being that it was a lot of interruptions at home. So I decided to stay home. Had not yet replaced my income, but I still am working towards that, and it's definitely happening. It's slow, like Heather Ann said, but I'm in my I started in 2014, but I really didn't seriously start coaching until I had my daughter at the end of 2015. So maybe I've been seriously coaching for almost 2 years now. And definitely a lot of potential in it. And I also just really enjoy it. I love to share the products and the programs with other people because I know how I struggled. And I know there's other women out there that are struggling. And I always knew how to work out. Fitness was not an issue, but it was the nutrition that, this company, that these programs have really taught me more so than anyone else. I've had, like I said, I had a coach in college and nobody really ever went over that stuff or knew about it. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I know how to eat right and how to eat healthy. And this is something that I can share with my kids as they're growing up. And so they don't struggle with the same issues that I struggled with and falling into the same trends that a lot of, especially girls, fall into with, everything fat-free, everything counting calories and all the diet tricks and trends that we run into as women. So that is probably the biggest thing I've gotten out of this business is just my own health and fitness journey that I have been on, and what I've gotten out of it for myself and my own goals, and just being able to get back into shape after having kids that I never thought I would be able to. It always scared the crap out of me, just to be honest, to when I thought about having kids, because I was so I had really a hard time with just being happy with where I was at with my weight and all that stuff, self-esteem, all that stuff. So this business has helped me so much. And now I'm home with my kids and I want to continue doing this because I don't want to go back to work. I also had a mom who was home with me and I want to experience that with my kids. I am experiencing that now, but I want to continue to be able to be at all their activities and events. And I know if I go back to the field that I was in, I'm not going to be able to do that. There is just no way that's going to happen. And I'm going to have aftercare at school and all those things. So, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want that for my kids. And if I'm able to be home, I want to be home. So that is what brought me to this. And I wanted to just share with you guys about the benefits of coaching and a little bit about the job description. So, whether you guys may or may not know this, with Beachbody, you do not have to have any product. You do not have to stock any product in your house. You do not have to purchase any products to sell out of your house. There are no quotas to meet. You don't have to have any parties. Everything you do is done online, and you have a business office, and that is where people purchase things through. That is where people return things through. There's a customer service hotline that they call to do that. So you won't be dealing with any returns. And you truly, for this business, the benefits are that you are your own CEO. You are your own boss. This business is yours to make what you want with it. And another part of my story is I've always wanted to work for myself. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I also had that environment at work that was very negative, toxic, people talking about each other behind their backs, a lot of corporate politics that I hated. And this is a job that allows me to work my own hours around my schedule, which is something that I never could do. And that is what just really made me hate my job, was that I was like a slave to that company. And it didn't matter if I had something going on. If I had to be at work, I had to be at work. And there were things that I missed. I had canceled vacations, you guys. I had literally had vacations planned and I had to cancel because of this job. So this opportunity allows me to make my own hours, be where I want to be when I want to be there, whether it's a family vacation, a family event, having my weekends to myself, being able to go to my kids' activities. I plan my own work hours around my schedule. And with that, you don't report to anyone. You have an upline coach who acts as your mentor. You have obviously a team, which you would be joining this team, which we would, we all support each other. But ultimately, you are your own boss and you report to yourself. So you have to be accountable to yourself to work, whatever hours you decide you want to work based on your business goals. So, that is where the self-discipline comes in. But that is something that I've always loved is if you have that discipline and you're able to sit down and make those business hours and stick to them and make your day, schedule your day around your business and work whenever it's convenient for you. So that is the benefit. You do as much or as little as you want, depending on how much money you want to make and how many people you want to help. So if you just want to do this for a little extra income, then you decide if you want to put an hour or two in a day, and that's what you do. And basically, what what we do as your mentors and your upline, we give you all the information you need so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And obviously we're here to support you and help you, but we're not going to tell you what to do. We're not going to tell you how much you have to work or how much effort you have to put in. That's up to you. But we're here to support you. And Beachbody gives you the platform. So as a coach, you are telling your story. You know, you're not selling, you're telling your story, you're sharing with others, and you have the social media platform. You can also do this business by talking to people in person. But for me, I'm home all day, so social media is my way of working. And so you have that platform of sharing your story, and, you know, you have the products and programs, but you're sharing how you are using them to get your results. So really, it's all about telling your story, and social media gives you that platform to get your message across and to share what you want to share and however you want to help others with whatever it is that you may have struggled with that you want to help others so that they don't have to struggle. And then as far as a job description, so what do we really do? We look for people who need our help. You know, we look for people who are attracted to us on social media, and we see if there is something we can offer them to help them, whether it's the business opportunity, whether it's a program, a fitness program, if they're looking to get healthy and start really working on themselves. Our job is to, you know, we have the vital behaviors, which are to be proof the products work. So that means we're sharing daily our journey. We're showing people that we're using the products. We're showing people that we are getting results. We maybe are showing people that how we're having a mindset change. Maybe we're sharing how someone, a challenger in one of our groups, got great results. So we're being proof the products work by showing up and being consistent every day with posting on social media and just sharing our journey. And then the other vital behavior, one of the other vitals, is personal development, which is going to benefit you no matter what, because it is just basically working on yourself and choosing books or podcasts, you know, audiobooks to listen to, books that you can read, things that are going to fill your cup and really inspire you and give you some positivity, help, you know, basically, like, I don't want to say like self-help books, but they kind of are. They're things that are inspirational that either you're interested in, a topic you're interested in, or something that you need to read to, maybe you have a self-esteem thing, you know, you're working on your self-esteem, maybe you're working on being more outgoing, maybe you're working on being a better listener. So you find, you know, we help you, but you find books, things to listen to. And that's part of what we do as coaches, is we try to listen to personal development every single day, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes, because we're working on ourselves and on being more confident people, better leaders, basically better helpers in health. So that's personal development. And then inviting is the third vital, where we're constantly inviting people, whether it's to check out the programs, try one of the workout programs, try, you know, Shakeology, look into the coaching opportunity, like we invited you guys tonight. So that's another big piece of what we do. And then we run our challenge groups, like Heather Ann said, where that is where our customers get our support. You know, once someone signs up with us, they have us as their coach for life, and they can come to us if they have questions. We coach them through the programs. So you don't have to be a trainer. You don't have to have a background in nutrition, none of that. You just have to be somebody who wants to help others get healthy, and you basically provide the information that you have picked up along the way by doing these programs and things that you have learned about nutrition and fitness. And, you know, the trainers have written the programs. There's nutritionists that have put the nutrition plans together. So you don't have to do any of that. You are just helping them if they get stuck or they have questions as they're going through it. Maybe you're sharing what works for you, for example, and how you've gotten results. Maybe you're sharing a meal plan that you have put together for yourself. And then your challengers are looking to you for the daily support in the challenge group. They're looking to you for the accountability. That's where everybody checks in and gets that accountability every day, and the encouragement from one another if you're having a bad day. Of course, a lot of, you know, outside conversations also go on with your customers. Maybe they don't want to post in a challenge group, so you might have a phone call with them or chat with them privately on Facebook or whatever social media platform you're using. And so that's kind of part of what we do. You know, we're basically just helping people who want to get healthy to get healthy. So I hope I didn't leave anything out. If I did, Heather Ann, jump in and let us know. But thanks, you guys.
All right. So I'm just going to kind of tag on to what she said in terms of if you decided to coach what is required of you. So like we said, there's nothing required of you. You could take any avenue of coaching that you so choose, but you will be supported if you choose to dabble in this or you choose to run with this. Like she said, we have our own training. You will, upon signing up, you will receive an awesome welcome email from Team Beachbody welcoming you to the family. Because as a network, we're all out to help everyone. So no matter actually what team you choose to coach with, we're all helping one another. And you're able to take away trainings and tips from anyone in this business from across the US and Canada. And the real great information is that we are expanding into the UK come this fall, later October. So the market is expanding. So by far, we are not even tapping the surface. This market is not saturated by any means. And a lot of people say, all I see is Beachbody coaches in my news feeds. Well, it's because maybe you are friends with a Beachbody coach. Maybe you're interested in this lifestyle. That's why you're considering this. And the analytics of Facebook or Instagram, that's what they know. That's what they see. You know how crazy social media can be. So you're just seeing that because that is your world and that's your interests. But the people 2 doors down from you, the person you see at church, the person you were at a party the other night, their news feeds aren't like that. All they know is that you are the only coach. So you truly have to share your journey and become a professional storyteller. Your social media kind of becomes like a reality show into your life almost. You're showing the good, the bad, the ugly, the struggles, you're being vulnerable. You're being human, because truly when someone wants to begin their health and fitness journey or nutrition journey, they want someone that's real. They don't want a carbon copy. They want fake. They don't want muscle bound. They don't want someone that feels like they're better than them. They want someone that's been through the struggles, that has known the ups and downs, that is human, that has that piece of chocolate or overindulges over the weekend and falls off track for a couple of days and gets back on. That's all of us. That's what coaches are. We do not have to be certified or trained in anything. And we don't pride ourselves in that. We don't tell it. And so if you have ever heard someone say, I'm professional in this, but some people are, they may be running a gym and they're doing this on the side for another source of income. But we're just people that have been through it ourselves, and we've been on the journey. We know how it works. We know how to tweak with programs. We create meal plans ourselves. I run in my groups, I do a prep week in each of my groups. So I take all of my challengers through 1 week of prep where I help them understand all the tools they've been given and how to understand meal prep and set goals for themselves and dive into personal development. Because even though we as coaches love personal development because it's all about setting your mind right before you can help anyone else, our challengers also need that. That's why they're in our groups, because they have some low in their life or some hole to fill. So I also want to help them with their mindset as well. And it kind of gives them a taste as to what is coaching. And it's crazy how many people you can actually find within your challenge groups that could potentially become amazing coaches just because they are falling in love with the lifestyle as well and they want to pay it forward. So upon doing that and signing up as a coach, you have the support of Team Beachbody. You have your entire online office. You have trainings in your online office you can follow, as well as the training that Melissa and I developed, which we call Coach University, YOU University, because it's all about branding you and becoming a better version of you. We've basically taken all of the tips and tricks and tools that we have learned over the years of coaching, plus tips from top coaches in the network, plus from what Beachbody has shared with us, and we compile that basically into a 3-week program that we run with you digitally through our Challenge Tracker app, which is an amazing tool that Beachbody just developed about 2 years ago, because we used to run our challenge groups through private Facebook groups, and you still can do that. But now that Instagram is really popular and people are connecting on Snapchat and Pinterest and blogs and all of that, a lot of people don't want to be on Facebook. And I kind of feel like the past couple of years with everything that's going on in the world and politics, it's kind of put, a tarnish on Facebook. So we get to be those bright lights in social media, but we have another outlet to take people off of Facebook and connect with them one-on-one in this private app that they would download onto their tablet or their phone and connect with us daily along with the group. And we run our Coach University through that as well. So you get used to working in the app. You understand how it works. It helps to track your daily workouts and Shakeology if you still choose to drink it. And we just share with you on a daily basis the top tips, takeaway ideas to create that foundation that you need to hit the ground running. And it's all at your pace. You're not required to do anything. We give you the weekends to kind of catch up on information. We connect weekly, just like this, on a Zoom chat to help answer any questions, help you brainstorm, help you get started as a coach to fill your own challenge group, how to find clients, how to brand yourself on social media, how to talk to people, how to start conversations, all of that. We help you understand that all and lay the groundwork. And then even after Coach University, you're a part of Team Fearlessly Made, and you are part of our team page that is on Facebook, where we connect with you weekly and we give you added trainings. We do recognition. We talk about the top announcements coming out of Beachbody. We're there to support each other and have ongoing trainings and support from not only us, but other coaches and teams in the network. So truly, you are not doing this by yourself, and nor do we want you to do this by yourself. I always feel, there's no I in team. And I feel all of us together just create more of a solid foundation. And we're kind of just like a branch work off of each other, because I can't help everyone in this world, and neither can Melissa. But us together, along with all of those people on our team that get us, that understand our vibe, that want to live out the same mission, we can expand that and reach so many more people. And we love it, and we love connecting as a team. We are truly a fit family. We hold monthly chats through Zoom also, we call them Wine and Wises. So we kind of just collaborate, once or twice a month with our favorite nightly beverage, whether it's wine or beer or tea or coffee or whatever you choose to drink. And we just chit chat and help each other through issues we're dealing with, struggles. We brainstorm new ideas. We continue helping each other and just, getting outside of that bubble that we live in every day and having that community that we're longing for. Because whether you're a stay-at-home parent or you work full-time or you're in school or whatever it may be, you get so immersed in your own personal bubble. And I know me personally, I missed those days of school where you have your groups of friends and you're always doing stuff. And that's kind of what coaching is. We're kind of like that community that we just want to hang out together and we just want to help each other live better lives. So, you don't have to have it all, know what you're doing on social media. We help you understand that through our training. So Melissa's going to finish off with just sharing with you, if you decide to consider this or you want to talk more with us afterwards, how do you join and what's the commitment with everything? Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So how do you join? So I don't know, if you guys are already using Beachbody programs and you already have purchased what we call a challenge pack, which is fitness program plus Shakeology or fitness program plus the performance line, then you actually get to waive the $39.99 sign-on fee. So essentially, to have your Beachbody business, it's $39.99 to sign up. That is it. And you have to stay active, you have to have 50 personal volume points a month, which 99% of coaches get that through their Shakeology. Your Shakeology is 90 personal volume points. So it's very easy to stay active, because if you're a coach, you're going to want to be using Shakeology because you want to be a product of the product, and you obviously want to encourage others to use it. And if you're interested in coaching, chances are that you also probably fell in love with Shakeology and how it makes you feel. So if you have never bought a challenge pack before, you certainly can sign up and purchase one as a brand new coach, which is really everything you would need to get your business up and running. It's all the fitness programs that you can access digitally online, through your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, and you can also play those on a television if you have an Apple TV or a Roku or Fire Stick. But certainly you can, without those, you just basically plug your computer into your TV with an HDMI cable. And I personally play all my workouts right on my TV every morning. So if you have never purchased a challenge pack and you decide to sign up as a coach, you waive that $39.99 fee. And you're then getting your Shakeology and all the fitness programs that Beachbody has. And then that gives you the opportunity to go through them. And, each program is a month or two long. You complete one, you move on to the next. That's kind of how we do this as coaches, because you want to constantly be challenging yourself. And when you complete one program, you're going to be ready to go on to the next one. So And then from there, like I said, to stay active, you just need to have 50 personal volume points a month, which is covered by your Shakeology. And then in addition, there is your $15.95 a month fee, which is your business fee. And that pays for the cost of your website, because you will get 3 websites, one for Shakeology, one is just your main Team Beachbody site, and then one is an Ultimate Reset site. Typically, we just use the main Beachbody site, but you still get those websites, and then you also get the service from the customer service hotline. So that is where all your customers go if they have an issue, if they need to make a return, maybe a product was shipped and maybe their Shakeology bag was open or had a hole in it, and they need to call customer service. Maybe they got the wrong flavor. So that $15.95 monthly fee covers the cost of the customer service hotline and them handling all that stuff for you, and then your website, which is where all the information is for people to order through you. And you can set up a profile on there and all that stuff. So that's it, you guys, your Shakeology cost, and then your $15.95 a month business fee. And then how do you earn? So in the beginning, usually as a new coach, your paycheck is going to be your commission in the beginning until or unless you decide to have coaches sign up under you. So 25% is commission on all your sales. That is what you earn. And you also get 25% off the products. So you get your Shakeology at a discount. You get any of the fitness programs, any of the performance line products, the pre and post workout drinks, all that stuff, 25% off as a coach. And then if you choose to add coaches to your team, that is where more of the income is generated, when you have people on your team who are also working the business under you or side by side. There's a whole network. I don't want to go into all the details and explain that, but that is one way to increase your income, because we then have the opportunity to earn team cycle bonuses, which is basically based on the volume that your whole team does and the income that your whole team generates. You all benefit from that. And then there's also something called rank advancements, where you have the ability to rank advance yourself and your team based on how many coaches you're signing up, how much volume you're generating, and things like that. So there's a couple different ways to earn, but essentially when you first sign up, you're going to be earning based on 25% commission on all your sales. And then there's a whole, potential from there if you decide to build a team. So I think that's everything. I don't know if I left anything off, Heather Ann.
No, but that's it. So again, we want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your evening, whether you are watching us live currently or just calling in. The next step is strictly just connect with the coach that invited you to this tonight and ask them any questions that you wish. We're going to be very open and honest with you. Obviously, we don't want to sugarcoat anything because this can be something that is great, but it's all up to you. And like we said, you aren't required to do anything. It's all what you choose to make it. Our next Coach University begins on September 11th, and that will run for 3 weeks. So if you are considering this as a working hobby or a full-time job, that is when the next training begins. So you obviously would want to be signed up with our team by that date, as well as participate in the coach that invited you to this. You'll participate in their upcoming challenge group as well and become a challenger first, because we feel that as coaches, you have to be a challenger first. You have to understand that side of the business, because that is our bread and butter, if you wish, because that's something that you continually do every month. And that's what this business is founded on, is just helping others achieve their health and their fitness and living fulfilling lives. So you'll have all of that to look forward to. So obviously take some time to think about it. Connect with the coach that invited you. But again, thank you on behalf of Melissa and myself for hanging out with us tonight. And we hope to connect with you tomorrow or later this week. Thanks, everyone.